Welcome back to Dinar Info News, the place where we bring you straight-to-the-point updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends. Today's topic is trending among dinar watchers: RV about to erupt. IQD and VND rates appear on major bank screens. Iraqi Dinar News Today 2025. It's a story woven from economic data, political developments, reform plans, and yes, plenty of speculation. So let's dissect what's real, what's rumor, and what's fueling the buzz, starting with the macroeconomic backdrop that frames everything. To begin, Iraq's economy is under significant stress. The International Monetary Fund in June 2025 forecasted a 1.5% contraction in GDP for the year, warning of fragile oil revenues, inflationary pressure, and delayed reforms. This contraction underscores why talk of revaluation, or RV, is intensifying. A stronger currency could be seen rightly or wrongly as a way to stabilize finances. The Central Bank of Iraq has built up over $100 billion in foreign reserves and amassed more than 160 metric tons of gold assets that theoretically bolster any currency reform. At the same time, Iraq is accelerating a digital transformation. The central bank is actively building digital infrastructure and is exploring the creation of its own digital currency, meant to gradually replace paper notes. In line with global shifts towards central bank digital currencies, financial system improvements are rolling out. Non-performing loans in Iraqi banks have fallen sharply, from 15% to 8% as of mid-2025, and approximately 30% of banks are now integrated into the SWIFT system, critical for international transaction capabilities. One of the most significant catalysts for a possible RV is the anticipated passage of Iraq's oil and gas law in mid-June 2025, which aims to settle disputes between Baghdad and the Kurdistan regional government, and unlock billions in oil revenue via the Sayan pipeline, with an expected $2 to $3 billion in monthly revenue. The pressure to align exchange rates with real market flows and deter speculative distortions is mounting. Geopolitical shifts are also reinforcing this dynamic. Israel's airstrikes on Iran's oil infrastructure in late May 2025 diminished Iran's export capacity, offering Iraq an expanded role in regional oil markets. Saudi Arabia concurrently pledged $1 billion in aid to Iraq contingent on economic reforms, including a currency revaluation. These developments have triggered speculation that the IQD could be revalued swiftly, perhaps within days of legal reforms being enacted. Amid this, some sites are projecting dramatic numbers. One speculative scenario envisions a redenominated IQD, where 1,000 old dinars become one new dinar, supported by gold and oil backing, resulting in a hypothetical rate of one new IQD, equaling 42 United States dollars. That premise leans more toward theoretical extremity than realistic policy, but certainly fuels the narrative of an impending monumental shift. However, not all is bullish. On July 9, 2025, the IMF reaffirmed that Iraq's average exchange rate in 2025 and 2026 is expected to remain around 1,300 IQD per USD, the same as in 2024. Noting that the central bank's new trade finance system and commercial bank partnerships have helped narrow the gap between official and parallel market rates. Meanwhile, on-the-ground exchange data reflect pressure. While the official rate hovers near 1,320 IQD per USD, the parallel market is trading at significantly higher levels. For example, 100 USD fetching around 141,752, 142,250 IQD, highlighting persistent market distrust, smuggling, and demand for dollars. These factors, coupled with large budget deficits and political instability, suggest that a near-term RV remains highly unlikely. Given that backdrop, where does the idea of IQD and VND rates appearing on major bank screens come from? So far, there is no credible reporting or official confirmation that major international banks like US or global institutions are displaying new exchange rates for the IQD or Vietnamese Dong VND on their systems. That claim seems to stem from rumors and speculative forum chatter. It may reflect hopeful fantasies by dinar watchers who interpret internet screenshots or misreads as official signals. There is no verifiable evidence of bank screens updating to show a revalued IQD or VND. This remains in the realm of hype. That said, discussions around revaluation have a long history in dinar investor communities. One user on a banking shared, "Working at a bank in the United States myself, my bank actually sent out an internal statement to not help these folks when it comes to negotiating the currency because we do not accept it." This highlights how institutional aversion and even blocked services toward IQD emerge because banks themselves often don't support it, again reinforcing the skepticism around revaluation rumors. Similarly, consumer protection voices warn strongly. In a warning from a scam alert community, one user wrote, "The scammers promise the Iraqi dinar will skyrocket. In fact, the Iraqi government has not announced any plans to revalue." That advice encourages readers to be wary of pressurized, unverified investment pitches. Iraq's economy is under strain, but also undergoing preparation for modernization, digital systems, strengthened banking, oil law reforms, and reserve build-up. Yet credible paths to RV remain distant without political stability, legal passage, and transparent execution. The official rate remains stable, and parallel market pressure persists. So the idea of IQD and VND showing up on major bank systems at revalued rates is unsubstantiated. It's most likely driven by speculative sentiment, leaked screenshots of internal software, or hopeful misperceptions. Here at Dinar Info News, we steer clear of hype and only report verifiable developments. Here's where we stand today. Structural reform in Iraq, oil law, banking compliance. Digital infrastructure is progressing and lays groundwork for future monetary shifts. But IMF projections and official rate stability indicate no RV is imminent. Parallel market dynamics continue to reflect deep skepticism and economic pressure. The bank screens showing IQD and VND rates rumor lacks any official confirmation and may be based on speculation or misinterpretation. Caution is urged. Previous forum warnings and scam alerts highlight recurring false hopes tied to RV narratives. Stay subscribed to Dinar Info News, where we'll continue to monitor Iraq's economic transformation and call out rumors as rumors. If anything credible emerges, legislation passed, official statements from the central bank, or reform milestones, you'll hear it here first. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay smart, stay informed, and keep your eyes on real economic signals, not phantoms on speculative screens.